host, DarkwingDubb.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy DarkwingDubb, and I'm back with a Nedrin. So, we had something going on tonight. We had the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to give my thoughts on that and a few other things that I think is hurting this company that we call WWE. Because this isn't the same company that we all grew up loving, watching, and just enjoying. This ain't it no more. So we got it right here. Elimination Chamber. We had the Women's Chamber. We had AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. We had CM Punk and Finn Bálor. Then we had the Men's Chamber. Can I say something? I don't think the quality over quantity is working for them anymore because the quality just ain't there. This company is missing quality. And it's so bad. It is so bad right now. Like, I hope they do something within the next month and a half to where you're going to get fans excited to watch WrestleMania. Because right now, I'm not excited. I'm more excited to watch Revolution than I am WrestleMania. That says a lot because Revolution is not their biggest show. All In is. But this is what we're getting right now. So, first match of the night, Women's Chamber. Tiffany, Rhea, Alexa, Kiana James, Asuka, Raquel. I'll be honest with you, wasn't a terrible match, wasn't a bad match. I gave the match a B. I think it was too predictable. I think they play it safe. They played this really safe. I think if they really wanted to mix things up with the women, you have Alexa Bliss win. You have Raquel win. Or you even have the newcomer, Kiana James, win. That would have really screwed things up. But they would have got fans thinking of something fresh. It'd have been something fresh for the fans, you know what I mean? Like, some people are tired of seeing the same old thing. For instance, me personally, I don't care to see a Rhea Ripley in the main event scene right now. I just don't. I think everybody is looking for that time where Bianca Belair comes back. Everybody's looking forward to Bianca Belair when she comes back, and Naomi. But seeing Rhea Ripley there, I mean, it started off okay. You know, Kiana James starting off against Tiffany Stratton. You know, two newcomers per se, even though Tiffany Stratton was in WrestleMania last year, but something a little bit different, you know. I would say the MVP of this match to me was Raquel. And me personally, I wanted Raquel to win because she's put in the work. She's put in the work to make herself stand out. So I figured they would have rewarded her for her work that she's put in and gave her the win. I wouldn't mind seeing Raquel versus Jade. And if they didn't want that, they could have found a way to make it a triple threat of some sort. Whether if it's adding in Alexa Bliss. I mean, something different. Please, something different. But it was, I don't know. It was just all too predictable to me. And Rhea Ripley getting the win. I guess we'll see how they build it out because Rhea Ripley is mainly on Raw and Jade Cargill's on SmackDown. How are they going to build this? What are they going to do to make fans care about this? Because I can probably tell you right now, fans probably don't care right now. And I got other theories as to why fans aren't really caring right now. But all in all, I gave the match a B. Rhea Ripley's your winner. Whatever. Oh boy. This match. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the women's Intercontinental title. Number one, it was predictable. There was no way they were going to have AJ Lee lose on her debut singles match since coming back. It wasn't going to happen, especially in Chicago, considering that's where her and her husband live. So there was no way that was happening. But the match was so bad. So bad. If you run this back, it's got to be more than just them two. Because we just saw how bad it is. So I hope they don't run it back. But if they do, make it a triple threat, fatal four-way, cage match. Something to, again, to get fans to care. To get fans to care, because the only time the fans popped in this match was when the match was over and AJ Lee was the winner. So people aren't caring for this shit. It's so bad. People are not caring for this shit. We need something totally different. And this match ain't it. This match was straight up dog shit. This match was an F. It's an F. The wrestling was bad. All of it was bad. There was nothing that happened in this match that I cared for. You can tell that even the fans of Chicago didn't care for. It was just bad. I heard some people say they're probably going to run it back at WrestleMania, put the belt back on Becky Lynch. If they do that, I hope there's a stipulation match, a cage, Hell in a Cell, something to get to for me to actually want to care about it, because I don't care. Becky Lynch hasn't done anything with this belt. That belt should have stayed on Lyra. Fans are slowly starting to get behind Lyra, or they could have put it on Bayley. But Becky Lynch isn't doing anything with this belt. AJ Lee is not going to do anything with the belt to help it. I mean, it's so bad all around. Like, does anybody care? Whatever. The next match was Finn Bálor versus CM Punk. This is probably the best match on the entire card, to be completely honest with you. And it was not because CM Punk was wrestling in Chicago, but it was because it was a damn good match. It really was a damn good match. I gave it an A. I gave it an A. There was a bunch of back and forth. You can tell the story they're trying to tell. You can tell that they're slowly turning Finn Bálor back babyface, maybe starting to work his way out of the Judgment Day. Maybe we get a full babyface Finn Bálor at WrestleMania, where he goes after the Intercontinental title, taking it off of Dominic. Maybe we get the return of the Demon Finn. Who knows? But I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I really did. I thought there was plenty of back and forth. False finishes, good moves. CM Punk is continuously putting on banger after banger after banger. He really is. For somebody his age, he is doing a damn good job of elevating this title. And I suspect that him and Roman Reigns are going to have another one. I know people don't want to see Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania, but if there's anybody that, other than Seth Rollins, it's got to be CM Punk. It's got to be CM Punk. And if the promo they had after Royal Rumble is anything to look forward to, I'm looking forward to that match. I am. But as far as this one goes, hey, hats off to CM Punk and Finn Bálor. You guys were the ones that held your own during this PLE, because the rest of the PLE wasn't any good. The fans were up and down for this match. Hats off to you. I hope we get to see the Demon Finn at WrestleMania, and I'm expecting a damn good match between Roman and CM Punk. So as you know, we've had this whole crate thing pop up. We had this whole crate thing pop up for the past few weeks on Raw and SmackDown. And finally, we get to figure out who it was. Figure out who it was. None other than this guy. That crate was... I saw somebody talk about it earlier. That crate was shipped from AEW straight to WWE. Y'all take this guy. Y'all take this guy. Danhausen made his WWE debut. Dude was booed on his debut. Dude was booed on his debut. That tells me all I need to know. Don't nobody care about no damn Danhausen. You mean to tell me you're willing to give this guy a contract, but you're letting the likes of Karrion Kross go, Dakota Kai go, and many, many others. You let them go, but you give this guy a contract. Somebody tell me where Royce Keys is? Haven't seen him since the Royal Rumble. All he's done since the Royal Rumble is sitting on Stephanie McMahon's couch crying. You could have had another NXT person debut through there. You could have had... There's so much more that could have been done with that. And we got Danhausen. What the fuck are they going to do with Danhausen? What is he supposed to do? He didn't do anything in AEW. What are they going to do? Is he going to be the new comedic relief? They're going to relieve R-Truth of his duties and use him. They're going to relieve Akira Tozawa or Otis of their duties and use him. That's all he is. Comedic relief. I mean, whatever, bro. What a big reveal it was. What a big reveal it was. Yes. It was so bad. Anyways, on to bigger and better things, I guess. The men's chamber. We have Logan Paul, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and none other than Cody freaking Rhodes. The match started off slow. It did. The fans were not in it. Well, nobody really into the match. I mean, fans didn't really start picking up until the last 5-10 minutes of it. They didn't really pop for any of the high-flying moves off the chamber. Javon Evans. We got more pops in the entrance than we did in the actual match. I mean, if they don't capitalize of the star power of Trick Williams, they are doing this all wrong. I mean, going by the crowd reaction of the entrances, Trick Williams is the biggest star in this match. Just by the entrances. Don't shoot me. Just by going by the entrances, Trick Williams is the biggest star in this match. Followed by LA Knight, followed by Cody Rhodes, followed by Randy Orton, followed by Cody Rhodes, and the Javon Evans got a small pop, but the least popular person, Logan Paul, but he's a heel, so he's not supposed to be popular. They better do something with Trick Williams while the iron's still hot. Do I got faith that they'll do anything with him? No. They haven't done anything with LA Knight. They gave Jey Uso a run, a flash in the pan run, and then he cooled off. I think fans are getting behind the newer people more so now. They're because Shawn Michaels did a damn good job of building these guys up, building up the Trick Williamses and the Oba Femis. The fans are already behind Trick Williams. The fans are already behind Oba Femi. What is the WWE going to do with them? What is Triple H going to do with them, I should say? Shawn Michaels did all he could for him. That's why they got called up. What is Triple H going to do with him? What are you going to do with Javon Evans? What are you going to do with Oba Femi? What are you going to do with Trick Williams? Are you going to beat the allegations? Which we'll talk more about that on the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. But is Triple H going to beat the allegations? You called up all this black talent. You already got Carmelo Hayes as United States champion. Are you going to beat the allegations? I don't know, bro. But as far as this match goes, we had Javon Evans and Cody Rhodes started off very slow. Followed by Trick Williams. Trick Williams kind of picked it up, you know, it kind of reminds me of Booker T, you know what I'm saying? Followed by, who was it? Logan Paul? Booed out of the building. Followed by LA Knight. Okay. Followed by Randy Orton. We did, however, and what helped this match pick up was, number one, the MVP of this match was Logan Paul. As much as I hate to say it, was Logan Paul. He played the heel persona perfectly. He eliminates Javon Evans, he eliminates Trick Williams, and he eliminates LA Knight. So the MVP of this match is none other than Logan Paul. But we did, however, get the return. We finally figured out hold on. Before I get there, we had one masked man come through. Security comes out, grabs him before he can do anything. Freaking Logan Paul thinks he's in the clear. Here comes another masked man. The gate is still open because they're trying to get Trick Williams out of the ring. The gate's still open. They finally moved Trick Williams, and here comes another masked man sneaking right behind everybody. Gets in there, kick to the stomach, stomp, takes a step back, halfway through the ropes, comes back, pulls that mask off. None other than Seth freaking Rollins. We got a return, everybody. Seth freaking Rollins returns, spoils it for the Vision, probably leading to Seth Rollins versus either Austin Theory or Logan Paul, since the other two are injured and just had surgery. So it probably leaves Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins getting his revenge and chunking up the deuces in Paul Heyman's face. The Oracle, no more. And now we've seen the Oracle is also with Brock Lesnar. So once Seth Rollins disperses of probably Logan Paul at WrestleMania, does he go back to being Brock Lesnar? Does he try to go back to CM Punk? Does he try to go back to Seth Rollins? Or does he try to go back to being a wise man if Roman Reigns beats CM Punk? I think a couple of stories have come out of this, right? What happens with Paul Heyman? Who does Seth Rollins face at WrestleMania? What happens to the rest of the Vision? And then we get Cody Rhodes that eliminates Logan Paul. Couldn't remember the dude's name, my bad. You get Cody Rhodes that eliminates Logan Paul. That leaves us with Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes is going for a move, a big move. And here comes none other than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre again gets involved in another match, trying to save his belt. He hits Cody upside the head with the belt, gets in, tried to hit the Claymore. Cody reverses it on him in the corner. Drew McIntyre reverses it back on Cody. Randy Orton gets up, RKO's him into a crossroads. And then Randy Orton, he said he would do whatever it takes to win. He RKO's Cody Rhodes for the dub. Something interesting happens. So we know that Randy Orton is going to be going to WrestleMania. But if you guys watch the post show, Nick Aldis is seething. He is seething. Oh my gosh. He is seething. So he announces that this Friday, we're having Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the championship, which in turn causes Drew McIntyre to come out, and we almost see a fight break out between Nick Aldis and Drew McIntyre. If WWE is smart, they capitalize on Nick Aldis and Drew McIntyre. If they don't, it is a fatal four-way. Because I think at some point in the match against Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu gets involved. So they have a story right here. They have a story right here, right? They have one of two ways they can go with this at that. You either go Drew McIntyre versus Nick Aldis, getting Nick Aldis / Magnus. Yes, if y'all remember TNA, NWA, it's Magnus. You get Nick Aldis versus Drew McIntyre, or what I would do is I would do Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. Because you can't leave Jacob Fatu out, considering that he's also been on the other end of Drew McIntyre interfering in matches, because it very well could have been Jacob Fatu in his chamber match instead of Logan Paul, but it was Drew McIntyre that got involved. So if I go with that, I go with that. Or I guess there's a third. Or you get Drew versus Nick Aldis, but instead of just Randy versus Cody, you get Randy versus Cody versus Jacob. I don't like that, because I think if they do go to Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes route, people just want to see them too because of the history. But I don't think there's any way possible that Jacob Fatu gets left out. Maybe in the Fatal 4-Way, Nick Aldis gets involved, costing Drew McIntyre, and then at Backlash, you get Aldis versus Drew McIntyre. That makes sense too. So there's so many different ways that you can go about this. I gave the Women's Chamber a B. I'll give this one a C+. I give the ending an A though, but I give the match as a whole a C+, because the match as a whole was so slow. But then once you start getting all the eliminations, and then you get Seth Rollins getting involved and Drew McIntyre getting involved, that picked up the match some. And it's not normal to have so many interferences, but in this case, two of them made sense with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. As a whole, I give Elimination Chamber an average grade. It is no better than an average grade of a C. Elimination Chamber was bad. Okay. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre CM Punk, Finn Bálor match of the night. The MVP of the show. I have to give it to both Drew. I have to give it to both CM Punk and Finn Bálor. I don't know. I could have gone without Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Yeah. And I think what's killing WWE, especially when it comes to their crowd reactions, is the rising ticket prices. Like, oh man, like, why are the ticket prices so freaking high? Even to the point to where they thought that, giving the 25% discount on WrestleMania was going to help. And in fact, it didn't. It didn't. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, you see here, ticket sales are lower than expected. But they refuse to change prices. Like, why? Why? If you see that the ticket sales are low, why are you refusing to change prices? I don't understand it. And in this case, like, you're pricing out your passionate fans. You're pricing out your passionate fans, right? and which in turn is making the crowd reactions very, 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 very bad at everything. Raw's fan reactions are bad. SmackDown's fan reactions are bad. PLE fan reactions are bad. The only show that WWE owned that gets good fan reactions is NXT. And let me tell you something. NXT is coming to where I live at. And them ticket prices are no better than Raw and SmackDown. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to start doing house shows. But in turn, they're going to have to lower ticket prices. Quit pricing out your fans. Quit pricing out your fans. Because that's how you're hurting your product. WrestleMania is not going to be as big as they think it's going to be. They're not. And that's what I think that they're forgetting. Like, you're pricing out your biggest fans, and in turn, your shows are suffering. Your shows are suffering. And it's not fair to us. I shouldn't have to get a loan in order to go see a WWE show. I someday would like to take my son to a WWE show, and I can't. But and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, because we do know it's not going to happen. Vince McMahon belongs nowhere near a WWE arena in whatsoever. But if there's one thing we can give Vince McMahon credit for, is Vince McMahon was keeping ticket prices low for families and wasn't focused on increasing prices. And in turn, even though the shows weren't any good, because we know that when he was in charge, the shows weren't any good. But you know what? He still had his passionate fan base show up because they could afford to go. They could afford to go. So, yeah. TKO president Mark Sherrill states that they are focused on increasing ticket prices. Like, why? Do you see what's going on now? Everything is suffering. They have to lower ticket prices. I guarantee you, if the ticket prices were lower, you would have got a better fan reaction from the Chicago fans at Elimination Chamber than you did. Because more passionate fans would have been there. But instead we didn't. And that's where we're at today, people. A 25% hike on 25% discount on WrestleMania tickets didn't cut it for them. So what are they going to do now? They're going to have to keep slashing tickets to get people to come. I'm not paying $16,000 for a good ticket to WrestleMania. I shouldn't have to pay a mortgage just for. I mean, that's more than a mortgage. We're talking about a mortgage, a car payment, credit card. People are max out their credit cards for this shit. It's not worth it. So they're gonna have to keep cutting prices to get fans to show up to these shows. Passionate fans to show up to these shows. But we'll see what happens in the meantime. It is what it is, people. This has been No Cap featuring your boy DarkwingDubb. Make sure you like and subscribe to everything got going on down there. I will be getting my TikTok back up and going. I do have a TikTok. I just haven't really been posting on it much. Y'all go show me some love over there on the TikTok land. But yeah, just be on the lookout for more coming from me. Be looking out for more coming from me and my boy and the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. But yeah, no cap, no filter, just truth. That's me. And until next time, your boy DarkwingDubb is outro.